in a seated position today. So we're gonna get nice and comfy, roll the mat out from under us, roll our hips out. Feel a nice connection between the sit bones and the floor. We're gonna close our eyes and just start to set the space. Start to raise the spine up and away and let the muscles fall, sink down. Opening up the front body, the belly, and the heart. We're going to use this space and this practice today to just feel gratitude, to just feel joy and openness, and just take an observation of the world around us and all of the good things that are in it. So while we're here, let's bring our awareness to the top of our head. And with our mind's eye, let's visualize a big circle being traced around the crown. Right over the top, like a little halo, the energy is circling around. Maybe it's a bright light. Maybe it's a little bit of electricity. Maybe it's a little heat. Whatever it is that signifies energy moving. We're going to imagine that circle getting bigger, opening up that connection from our bodies to the higher divine, the universe, whatever you call it. Let's go ahead and take a couple of deep breaths in. And feel that circle opening. Feel yourself becoming closer to the universe, closer to the sky. We're going to open up today a channel from those higher powers into our deep, deep body, into our cells. We're going to establish a communication between the two. Breathing deeper. As we inhale, we're going to draw in that energy through that circle now, through that portal, all the way down through the spine to the sit bones. Imagining a waterfall of energy traveling through the top of the head, all the way to the base of the spine. We're going to use that energy, harness it. Good. Opening up our bodies to all of the things that we desire, manifesting everything that we've ever wanted. On the next inhale, let's go ahead and sweep those arms up overhead. If we can, press those palms together, and on the exhale, we're going to fold forward. Keeping our hips on the floor, we're going to reach those arms out in front of us and just stretch through the spine. Bowing down to our own body, our own heart. Humbling ourselves in the presence of energy of the universe. From here, let's take our hands and walk them over to the left side, keeping that right hip pressing down into the floor. and walking them back to center and over to the right. Stretching through the side body. Breathing deeply into the rib cage. When we're ready, let's come back through to center. We're going to slowly roll our way up into seated position. Letting the head come up all the way. And as we rise up, we're going to tilt the head back now, lifting the chin and bringing those arms behind us, pointing the fingers forward. And from here, we're going to press the chest forward and up, opening that heart space. So we're pressing into those hands behind us and lifting. Good. Taking one more deep inhale. On the exhale, coming back to center. We're going to take both hands, place them on the mat, and roll to all fours. That's it. Let's tuck those toes underneath as well. We're going to press into all of our limbs equally. Start to engage the center, straightening the spine. And from here, we're going to make little spinal waves. So starting from the tailbone, we're going to arch the back, lift the chin, and then exhale, we're going to make a wave. So starting from the chin, we'll tuck it down, lift through the shoulders, lift through the back, and back under, waving it through. So it's essentially a cat-cow with a little emphasis on rounding and waving. Good, going at our own pace here. Tying it to your breath. Starting to wake up the spine. From here, let's take ourselves back to neutral, and we're going to wave the spine, this time side to side. So looking over the left shoulder and over the right. And we're going to go at a little faster pace with this one. So we're adding a little bit of a sideways wave. Starting to let all of those fluids in the body start to move, getting the blood flowing, moving that lymph fluid, that spinal fluid, de-stagnating ourselves. Good. When we're ready, let's bring ourselves, we're going to walk ourselves back over to the balls of the feet. We're going to find a little squat here, standing up nice and tall, letting our ankles and our heels press towards the floor, stretching out those heels. Rising up through the chest, lifting the crown, feeling that energy as we inhale. And on the exhale, let's forward fold, plant the heels, bring the head down, finding our highest hips. Dropping the crown of the head, releasing the neck. We can shake it yes and no. That feels good. When we're ready, let's slowly bring our way up to standing, taking our time, lifting, all the way up to our mountain pose. Sending those arms forward, palms out. Good. Pressing into those feet as much as we can. Start to engage the legs. And breathe. On the inhale, let's sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. And exhale down. Let's walk the hands out, finding our high plank. Let's lower halfway and press up to upward dog, releasing the tops of the toes onto the floor. And exhale, sending those hips back for downward dog. Good, pressing into the hands. Walking those feet out if that feels good for you. From here, let's bend those knees. Bring them close to the mat, and then send the hips back up. So we're going to add just a little bit of bending and straightening action. Every time we straighten, we send those hips a little bit higher. Good. When we're ready, let's look up between the hands. Let's walk our feet there. Find a forward fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift all the way up. Arms overhead. Place those palms together, and we'll bring them down to heart center. Good. Starting to ignite some heat in the body. Pressing those palms together to connect the shoulders. And on the inhale, let's sweep the arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. And exhale down. Plant the hands, step back to high plank. Lower through chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Good. Taking a couple deep breaths here. Kick it up a notch and speed it up in just a moment. Preparing our bodies. On the inhale, looking up to the hands, walk our feet there. Find our forward fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. Exhale, down. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale to heart center. We're going to do a few more sun salutations, really building up our strength, building up that heat. Let's inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. Exhale, down. Plant the hands, jump or step back to high plank. And float down through chaturanga. Finding our upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Good, taking a few breaths here, checking in, feeling the energy flowing, still from the top of the head, all the way through the spine, down to the heels. On the inhale, look up to the hands, let's bend those knees. We're gonna jump our way up to the top of our mats, finding our forward fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. Exhale, down. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale to heart center. Very nice. Let's take a moment. Let's check in with our body. Check in with our state of mind. Bring ourselves back to our space, back to our mats. Focusing on the breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. The only thing in our awareness right now is our breath and our body. On the next inhale, let's reach the arms up. Let's lift the left leg up, finding our balance on one leg. You can flex the toes if that feels good. Starting to balance. Good. Press yourself up and out of that right hip, nice and tall. And on the exhale, let's forward fold. We're going to find our half moon position. So reaching out forward and back toes lifted and pointed. Imagine using your back to help you rise up away from the toes. That's it. Good. One more deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to bring that foot up and through now. We're going to come back to a standing place. Good. Leg up. Arms up overhead. And on your next exhale, let's bring it all the way down. We're going to point it at an angle, press it back, and find our warrior one. Very nice. Lowering into that right knee as much as we can. Reaching up overhead, stretching through the center, through the torso. Exhale, let's send our body all the way forward, lifting the arms back behind us. Good. So our knee is staying bent and we're bending at the hips. Good. Let's inhale, bring the arms back up, keep the knee bent. We're moving just the arms and the torso. And exhale back through. Good. So lift those shoulders up behind us if we can. And back up. So finding that motion, finding your balance in between your legs. Good. Allow it to express itself all the way from the feet. Use those toes to help you lift your torso. Good. One more time through. Exhale, forward and back. Inhale, up. Good. And when we're ready, keeping that right leg bent, let's open out to warrior two. Very nice. Reaching from the fingers, opening up the collarbones. Breathing deeply. Good. On the next exhale, drop that right elbow to the knee. Lift the left arm overhead for side angle. If it feels good, let's lift the torso up to the sky, looking up as well. Good. Coming back up to center, let's go to warrior two. Open those arms wide and drop the left arm back, finding our reverse warrior. Breathing deep into the ribs, finding space in the torso. On the exhale, let's come back through center. We're going to straighten that right knee, reaching out and over into our triangle pose. Grabbing wherever you can, legs, floor, reaching that left arm up. Imagine sending your right hip back even further for a nice hamstring stretch. Good, breathing deeply. On your next exhale, let's drop the left arm down. We're going to find a spinal twist, so lifting that right side up. Let's find that twist. Good. On the exhale, let's bring that arm down. And we're going to forward fold over top of that right leg. So keeping both legs straight if possible. If you need to bend the right leg a little bit, that's okay too. As long as you're feeling that hamstring stretch. Dropping that chin down towards the right leg. Let's inhale. We're going to bend the right knee. We're going to lift the torso to warrior one more time. And from here, we're going to step forward with the left leg, coming into our mountain pose. Good. Let's drop those arms, palms together, and we'll catch our breath. Coming back to our mats. All of our awareness back to the breath entering the nose. Letting any thoughts drift away with our movements. On the inhale, sweeping those arms up. Exhale, let's fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. Exhale, down, plant the hands, stepping back to high plank. Lower through chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. Pressing that heart space up and open. And exhale to downward dog. Good. Or child's pose, whichever is good today for your needs, for your body. Deep breath in. When we're ready, let's bend those knees, look up to the hands, jump between them, finding our forward fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. Exhale, down. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. And exhale, heart center. Very nice. We're going to do the other side. So this time, let's inhale, bring the right leg up, standing into your left leg. Flex those right toes if you can. Finding our balancing pose here. Good, lifting from the heart space. On the exhale, let's bring that foot all the way back, reaching in front of us. Finding our half moon. Imagining lifting from the back to help you balance. Good. When we're ready, inhale, coming back through center, lifting the right leg one more time. It up, and exhale, let's send it back, finding our warrior one. So dropping that right leg back at an angle, dropping into that left knee, and reaching up. Good. Paying attention to that right hip socket, seeing if we can play with whether it's open or closed. all about the exploration. Breathing deeply. When we're ready, let's add a little movement here. So staying in Warrior One, we're going to exhale, fold forward, send those arms back. And inhale, sending everything back up and away. Flowing through this at your own pace, finding your own balance. Good. Floating your way down. See if we can keep that left knee at the same angle the whole time, and allowing the torso to do the folding. Couple more times, breathing deeper and deeper each time you move. Good. Coming back up to Warrior One. Let's open the arms wide to Warrior Two, reaching each finger out and away. Standing up nice and tall, pressing through the toes. We're going to lower that left arm to the knee and bring the right arm over for side angle. Good. See if you can use the energy from your legs instead of your elbow. If you want to challenge, you can lift your elbow off of the knee to see how much you're relying on it. And when we're ready, let's come back up through center. Drop the right arm down, lift the left arm over for reverse warrior. Breathing through the side body. And coming back to center, Warrior Two. Let's rise up that left leg, straighten it out. And on the exhale, we're going to reach out and over, finding our triangle pose. Grabbing wherever we'd like. Imagine sending the left hip back to get into that hamstring. On the exhale, let's drop that right arm down, and we're going to lift the left arm up, rotating the torso for a spinal twist. If you need to bend that front leg a little bit, that's okay, as long as we're feeling the spine. Breathing deep, finding the stillness. On the exhale, let's bring that left arm down, square the shoulders off to the mat, and we're going to fold forward over top of that left leg, getting deep into the hamstrings. If it feels good, you can tuck the chin to the chest as well. On our next inhale, let's bend that left knee. We're going to slowly raise the arms up into Warrior One. One last time. And from here, let's step the right leg forward, finding our mountain pose. Bringing the hands to heart center. Good. Let's take a moment here. Check back into the body. Taking note of anything that may have opened or changed. Feeling our heartbeat, feeling our energy. On the next inhale, we're going to sweep those arms up overhead. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. And exhale, down. Let's step the feet back, finding our high plank. Lowering down through chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. And exhale, finding our downward dog. Sending those hips back. Good. Raising that tailbone. Imagine sending the upper spine and the lower spine away from each other. Lengthening the whole back. Good. Taking one more deep breath in. When we're ready, let's bend those knees. On the exhale, we're going to jump forward into seated. Keeping our knees up, let's lift those feet right away, finding our boat pose. Good. You can grab under the knees. You can lift from the chest. If you need a little bit more challenge, you can let those legs go. And you can straighten the legs for even more. Good. When we're ready, let's exhale. Slowly lower those toes down. Keeping those knees up. We're going to go onto our backs. So let's roll all the way down. Take a moment here. We're just going to let our bodies cool down. Allow the shoulders to soften and spread wide along the mat. Let the belly start to relax. Let the hips release down. All of our body parts are now supported by the floor and encouraged to let go by gravity. Deep breath in. On the exhale, let's bring those legs into our chest, so holding the knees. We're going to rock side to side, massaging that low back, hugging yourself, giving yourself some comfort, some support. From here, let's grab the backs of the knees. We're going to lift both legs straight up in the air. So we want to attempt to straighten the legs if possible. Let's bend those feet towards the face. So we're going to tuck those toes back, engaging the legs. We're going to rest here for a moment. If this feels good, you can pull both legs towards you over top of the face a little bit more. And if we'd like to go to full shoulder stand, you can lift those hips off the floor and find your shoulder stand, protecting the neck. Good. Taking a deep breath into the belly here, even though we're fully crunched. If you want to take the full shoulder stand, you can grab the low back with both hands and send both legs up and over. Good. Deep breath in. On the exhale, we're slowly going to lower down, taking care of your body. Bringing the feet to the floor, knees stay up. We're going to do a back bend here. So there's two versions. If you practice full wheel, you can go ahead and do that. If you want to start with a modified version of that, we're going to grab the heels with our hands, bring those legs up towards us. Let's roll the shoulders underneath. And when we're ready, we're going to press into the heels, lifting the pelvis. So pressing, lifting, feeling that stretch. Beautiful. And when we're ready, slowly lowering down, taking our time. Let's shake the knees to the left and to the right, windshield wiper. Releasing the low back. And then when we're ready, let's go right back in. So we're going to do one more set. If you want to do the same one, you can. If you want to do full wheel, go ahead and prepare. So you can bring those fingers underneath you. And wherever you are, let's go ahead and press into the heels and lift. Good, finding your balance. And slowly, let's lower down. Nice and slow, taking care of the spine. Very nice. When we're ready, let's bring the soles of the feet together, letting the knees come out to the sides. Opening those hip sockets. Let's breathe into them. Starting to cool the body down. Taking time to see any shifts or changes in the body, maybe in our state of mind, maybe in our breath. Feeling the tops of our heads, just like the beginning of class. Feeling them open with energy, connecting our bodies and our being with the universe, with the divine. And as we enter our final position today, feeling that connection, asking the universe, asking our higher being, our higher self, what it is we need in order to be the best versions of ourselves, the most aligned version of ourselves. You're welcome to leave your feet just like this, open with the hips, or you can lengthen your legs into your Shavasana. We're going to take a moment of silence to listen. our awareness back to the body. Wiggling our fingers and toes. Give ourselves a little shimmy. And taking our time, let's roll onto the right side. And from here, slowly coming back to a seated position. Let's bring our hands to heart center. Sending ourselves some gratitude for taking the time to work on ourselves, to cultivate some discipline, and training our mind and our body to always be aware and to be present and to be looking for things that are in our highest alignment. Thank you all so much for sharing the space, for practicing with me today. Namaste.